Have you ever tried a workout that left you feeling worse, not better? Maybe you woke up with stiff knees, sore shoulders, or that nagging lower back pain that just won't go away. It's frustrating, isn't it? Especially when all you're trying to do is take care of your health and stay active. You follow the advice, do the moves, try to keep up, and yet something doesn't feel right. If you've ever asked yourself, should I really be doing this at my age? You're not alone. Exercise is essential, especially as we get older. It keeps our hearts strong, our minds sharp, and our independence intact. But here's the truth. Not all exercises are created equal. In fact, some of the most common moves people have been doing for decades can actually do more harm than good after a certain age. That's why we're talking about this today. In this video, we're going to look at 6 exercises you may want to skip once you're over 70. And more importantly, the safer, smarter alternatives that will help you stay strong, mobile, and pain-free. Because staying fit after 70 isn't about pushing harder, it's about moving smarter. Let's start with one that might surprise you, those deep squats. Now, I know squats have been called the king of exercises. And yes, they're great for younger folks building strength. But when you're over 70, deep squats where your hips go below your knees can put a tremendous amount of stress on your knees and hips, especially if you've had arthritis or joint issues. The risk of falling or tweaking something isn't worth it. But that doesn't mean you stop working your legs altogether. Quite the opposite. Strong legs are essential for balance walking and even just getting out of a chair. The good news, there's a safer way to build that strength: chair-supported squats or mini squats. You simply stand in front of a sturdy chair, lower yourself down until your backside just touches the seat, then come back up. That's it. You're still working your thighs and glutes, but without the joint strain of going too deep. And if balance is a concern, just keep your hands on the back of the chair or even place it in front of a wall for extra security. It's all about control, not speed. Even doing 10 of these a day can make a real difference in your strength and confidence. Now let's talk about crunches. Ah yes, the classic flatten your belly move. People have been doing crunches for decades in hopes of getting a stronger core. But here's the problem. After 70, your spine is more delicate. The repeated motion of crunches, where you're curling your upper body toward your knees, can put excessive pressure on your lower back and neck. If you've ever felt more back pain than core strength after doing crunches, now you know why. Instead of crunches, focus on a safer and more effective way to strengthen your core. Something called the dead bug. Now, don't worry about the name, I promise. It's a gentle, low-impact movement. You lie on your back, bring your knees up like you're sitting in a chair, and raise your arms straight above your chest. Then slowly extend one leg and the opposite arm out, hold for a second, and bring them back. Repeat on the other side. The motion is slow, controlled, and doesn't put pressure on your back. What's great about this is it strengthens your deep core muscles, the ones that actually help support your spine and improve balance. And you don't need any fancy equipment. A mat or even a bed works just fine. If getting down to the floor isn't easy for you, you can modify it by doing the arm movement while seated and lifting your knees one at a time. These small movements done correctly are incredibly effective. And the best part? You won't feel beat up afterward. In fact, most people say they feel stronger and more stable within just a couple of weeks. Now let's move on to another exercise that might look innocent, but can be a recipe for trouble: the overhead shoulder press with heavy weights. You've probably seen this one at the gym or even done it at home with dumbbells. Pressing weights overhead seems like a simple way to build shoulder strength, right? But here's what happens as we age. The shoulder joint becomes more prone to impingement, arthritis, and general wear and tear. Pushing heavy weights overhead can aggravate all of that, leading to stiffness, pain, or even injury. That doesn't mean you give up on shoulder strength. Not at all. Strong shoulders help with everything from reaching up into a cabinet to putting on a jacket. But we have to protect those joints. A safer alternative is the front wall slide. You stand with your back against a wall, arms bent in an L shape by your sides. Then slowly slide your arms upward like you're making a snow angel on the wall, keeping your elbows and wrists touching the surface. It activates the same shoulder muscles, but in a much gentler way. And if that's too much, even just practicing lifting light cans or water bottles to shoulder height with slow, controlled movements can do the trick. The key is to move through a pain-free range of motion and to avoid jerky or forced movements. Building strength after 70 isn't about lifting heavy weights. It's about keeping the muscles active and the joints happy. Remember, pain is not gain. It's a signal that something needs adjusting. So we've covered deep squats, crunches, and heavy overhead presses, 3 exercises that might have served us well in our younger years, but can be risky now. But thankfully, we don't have to stop moving. We just have to move a little differently. Now that we've talked about those, let's take a look at a few more exercises that may need to be swapped out and the simple moves that can take their place while keeping you strong, confident, and safe. One more move that tends to sneak into workout routines, especially ones we find online or in old fitness books, is the plank. Now you might hear people talk about how planks are amazing for core strength, posture, even endurance. And that's true, for the right person in the right condition. But after 70, holding a full body plank on the floor can put a lot of pressure on your wrists, shoulders, and lower back. If your form isn't perfect, or if you're already dealing with stiffness or joint pain, it's all too easy to hurt yourself trying to hold a position that just isn't suited for your body anymore. The good news: there's an easier way to get similar benefits without feeling like you're going to collapse face first into the carpet. Instead of a full plank, try a wall plank or a countertop plank. You just place your hands on a wall or on a sturdy kitchen counter. Walk your feet back a few steps and keep your body in a straight line. You'll still feel your core working, your arms engaging, and even a little boost in posture, but without straining your joints or risking a fall. And the best part is, you can do it just about anywhere while waiting for the kettle to boil or during a commercial break on TV. Even holding it for 10-15 seconds at a time and repeating it a few times throughout the day can build surprising strength. Now let's talk about something many people are surprised to hear me mention: the treadmill. Walking is excellent, of course. It's one of the best things you can do for your body. Low impact, good for the heart, helps keep your joints moving. But walking on a treadmill, especially without proper form or while distracted, can become a hidden hazard after 70. I've seen it too many times. Someone turns up the speed just a bit too high, loses their balance, and before they know it, they've pulled a muscle or worse, taken a fall. The trouble with treadmills is that they create a moving surface under your feet that can throw off your natural walking rhythm and reduce your ability to react if something feels off. And holding onto the rails while walking, that changes your posture and puts unnecessary strain on your neck and shoulders. If you enjoy walking, try doing it outside on even ground or indoors, along a hallway or inside a mall if the weather's bad. If balance is an issue, consider using walking poles or a rollator walker to keep yourself stable. And if you absolutely love the treadmill and don't want to give it up, keep the speed slow, avoid multitasking, and skip the incline unless you're 100% confident and steady. It's all about being honest with yourself and your body. Just because something used to be easy doesn't mean it's the best choice now, and that's okay. Adjusting how we move isn't giving up. It's being smart. It's protecting what matters most: your independence, your comfort, and your ability to keep doing the things you love for years to come. Now let's not forget about high-impact jumping exercises. You know, the kind: jumping jacks, jump squats, maybe even those dance-style fitness videos where you're bouncing all over the place. While they may feel energizing at first, they can be very rough on your knees, ankles, and spine. And unfortunately, after 70, the cushioning in our joints just isn't what it used to be. Add in slower reflexes and thinner bones, and suddenly one wrong landing can lead to a sprain, a break, or worse. But that doesn't mean we skip cardio altogether. Not at all. A safer alternative is marching in place or sidestepping with gentle arm movements. These kinds of low-impact moves still raise your heart rate, get your blood flowing, and help keep your joints lubricated without the pounding or jarring motions that come with jumping. You can even put on some music and make it fun. A little sway here, a little march there. Think of it like dancing in your own kitchen, no choreography required. And remember, it's not about doing it perfectly. It's about doing something consistently. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It all adds up. You're building stamina, warming your muscles, and boosting your mood. As we go through these swaps, you might be thinking, but I used to do these exercises all the time. And that's completely valid. Maybe they worked for you in your 40s or 50s. But our bodies change. What worked before might not work now, and what feels good today might not tomorrow. That's not a failure, it's just life. Think of this not as taking away your favorite moves, but as upgrading them to match the wiser, more experienced version of you. Just like you wouldn't drive a sports car the same way you would a dependable SUV. You've got to match your fitness style to the vehicle you're in now, strong, steady, and built for the long haul. And let me say this, because it's important, making these changes doesn't mean you're fragile. In fact, it shows how strong and smart you are. You're choosing to listen to your body, to protect it, and to help it thrive for as long as possible. That's something to be proud of. So whether it's adjusting a squat, choosing a different core move, or swapping jumping for gentle marching, you're still moving, still building strength, and still investing in yourself. And that's what really counts. Let's keep going and look at one more common exercise that might be doing more harm than good, and find a gentler, safer way to keep your body feeling great. Now there's one more movement I want to talk about, one that's often overlooked, but can be surprisingly risky after 70. It's the traditional bicycle exercise, the one where you lie on your back and pedal your legs in the air like you're riding an invisible bike. On the surface, it looks fun and harmless, maybe even a little nostalgic. But here's the thing, this position puts a lot of stress on your lower back and neck, especially if your core muscles aren't as strong as they used to be. It's also very easy to pull a hip flexor or strain your back if you're not perfectly aligned. And let's be honest, getting up and down off the floor isn't exactly easy for most people over 70. If you're not careful, just getting into position can be more dangerous than the exercise itself. Instead of trying to mimic a bicycle on your back, try using a real stationary bike, preferably one with a backrest and wide seat like a recumbent bike. These are a great way to get your legs moving, your heart pumping, and your joints working through a healthy range of motion, all while sitting down and being fully supported. No pressure on your neck, no strain on your lower back. Just smooth, gentle movement that feels good. And if you don't have access to a bike, there's another great option, seated leg lifts. You sit upright in a sturdy chair, tighten your belly just a bit, and slowly lift one leg straight out in front of you. Hold for a moment, then lower it down, and repeat with the other leg. It may not look like much, but it targets the exact same muscles, your thighs, your core, your hips, without any of the risk. Add in a little arm movement like reaching up or out to the side, and suddenly you've got a full body workout from your favorite chair. That's the beauty of this approach. You don't need fancy machines, a gym membership, or an old school boot camp mentality. You just need a little space, a few minutes, and the right movements for your body right now. And if you've been sitting here thinking, well, I've already been doing some of these risky exercises, don't worry. You haven't done anything wrong. Most of us learned these moves years ago from fitness books, TV shows, or even old gym classes. Back then, no one was talking about how different the body becomes after 60 or 70. We were all told to push harder, go faster, feel the burn. But aging teaches us something valuable. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency and being kind to our bodies. Now that we've walked through these exercises to avoid and the safer options you can try, instead, let's take a moment to think about what this really means. It means you can stay active, You can stay strong. You can keep your balance, your flexibility, and your independence. You just need to make a few thoughtful adjustments. And the best part, these changes don't take away from your progress. They protect it. They give you the chance to keep moving with less pain, fewer injuries, and more confidence. So if you're someone who's always been active but feels like things aren't working quite the same anymore, or if you're just getting started and feel unsure of what's safe and what's not, know that you're doing the right thing by listening, learning, and making informed choices. That's what staying healthy is all about. And remember, every little bit counts. Whether you're doing 5 minutes of gentle stretching, 10 minutes of marching in place, or simply getting up and down from your chair a few times a day, it all adds up. Movement is medicine. And the kindest medicine is the one tailored to your needs, not someone else's idea of what fitness should look like. So as we wrap up, just take a moment to reflect on everything we've talked about today. Deep squats, crunches, planks, treadmill sprints, jumping exercises, and the lying down bicycle move. They all served a purpose once, but now they may be asking too much from your body. Thankfully, we've got smarter, gentler, and safer options that still give you the strength, stability, and energy you need to keep enjoying life. And isn't that the goal? To feel good in your body, to move with ease, to wake up in the morning without aching or groaning. You don't have to chase your younger self. You just have to take care of the body you have now, and trust me, it'll take care of you right back. If any of this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you tried any of these alternatives? Are there other exercises that have worked well for you in this stage of life? Let's build a space where we can learn from each other, support each other, and grow stronger together. And if you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets me know this is the kind of content you want more of. Don't forget to subscribe too, so you don't miss future videos packed with tips to help you stay active, healthy, and happy at any age. Because you deserve to feel strong, you deserve to feel steady, and you deserve to enjoy this chapter of life with energy, confidence, and joy. Here's to living your best life, no matter what the calendar says. You've got this.